let's turn that frown upside down. Today I'm going to share with you my current frustrations with the garden and how maybe it's just a matter of perspective. I'm focusing on the negative when I should be focusing on the positive. We're going to start off with the negative. This garden bed I had completely dedicated to sweet potatoes. I had beautiful vines not only covering this entire bed, but overflowing. And every day I would come back and very meticulously put them back into the garden bed so that way if they rooted, they would create more sweet potatoes. I waited perfectly. I made sure that the vines died out. I made sure that I didn't water so that the sweetness would be retained in my sweet potatoes. And then I very carefully and delicately dug out this garden and found one sweet potato that wasn't even worth keeping. Now this was an obvious negative, and I was incredibly frustrated by this. But after a few moments of research, I realized why. And the reason is shocking, and I'll make sure to share that with you in detail when I finally get my perfect crop of sweet potatoes. So let's focus on a positive instead. This is my Rampur lime bush, one of two that I have, and as you can see, it's filled with fruit. I need to harvest this bad boy and start processing the fruit. So not only will I have the juice from the fruit, but I'll have dried zest that I can use in a multitude of recipes throughout the rest of the year. So here's another negative. My raised garden bed. As you can see, it's mostly empty. Why? Well, because of all of the seeds that I meticulously prepped so that way it'd be ready for my winter planting, got neglected because I went to Europe. Okay. Perspective, right? It's a thing. Would I trade my garden for my Europe trip? No, I'm pretty happy with my Europe trip. I am disappointed that all the tomatoes and beans that I was growing went kaput, but it wasn't just my Europe trip that caused that problem. It was also Hurricane Milton. And you can't predict when a hurricane's going to hit you, can you? Not really. But then on this side of the raised garden bed, what do I have growing? My handy dandy mustard greens. These are tried and true. I don't even plant these anymore, honestly. They just grow on their own, and I let them do that. So that way I don't have to worry about it, and I have huge mustard greens that I can harvest, I can process, I can freeze, and have these to eat for the rest of the year as well. So what's the point of this video? Well, it's to focus on the positive, but learn from the negative. Sure, I have tons of room for improvement, but I still have some crops that I can harvest and save to continue throughout the rest of the year. At this point, it's December 19th, which for me, as a Florida gardener, doesn't mean that my gardening year is over. No. I still have time to plant more. So I'm going to go through my seed inventory, see what's appropriate to be growing right now, get those seeds in dirt immediately, and start growing. Don't let the downfalls get in the way of your gardening profits. Push forward and persevere. And don't let the negatives get in the way. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Plant Life.